Howdy, everybody, and welcome to the B Team, a Wednesday edition. Time change. Faces and personalities don't. Richard Zane and Ryan Brauninger here with you from the TexAgs studios.
I would like to change my personality.
It
like
is
to be a calmer, kinder
October
person.
the 8th. For those of you wondering, we have a lot of moving parts in the studio, so we decided to start a little bit early. We will try to hang out with you until 5 or 5:15. Show may be a little bit shorter today, but like I said, we're working the wheel. And
work on the wheel. Do I need to throw to third base? Who's running? Nick Castellanos or who?
Nick Savage might be running. He's running the show today.
Nick Savage is way quicker than Nick Castellanos.
I would hope so.
Maybe.
Nick Castellanos,
actually, usually I would be like, no, but maybe.
Yeah.
You know, Nick Savage
There's a
spent
deep
some
drive
time
to left field.
Nick Savage spent a lot of time as a personal trainer. I don't think that Nick Castellanos has been through the workouts that Nick Savage has, even as a professional athlete.
Yeah, well, that was back in my prime.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Nick Castellanos has his own gym called the Shred Shack?
Guarantee that Nick Castellanos has never been through a workout at the Shred Shack.
I would put my home gym name up against any pro athlete, actually.
The only other one that I've heard,
Shred
and it
Shack
kind of
is fun.
fits with what's going on here in town this week, the only other gym name that I've heard that I thought was catchy like that, Nick, Gainesville.
I like it.
Yeah.
If we lived in Florida.
Gainesville.
That's
We got
pretty good.
some miscellaneous sports topics. You know, I've said this before. I think Wednesday's show is the hardest to prep for because we hit so much stuff on Tuesday.
My Wednesday show prep, you obviously sent the rundown and you sent it very early, but just the nature of the day we've had inside these walls, I have prepped zero for the topics that you have sent, so I'm just going to kind of winging it.
Well, I'm looking this up because we had some semi-news break here later in the day, and I saw this on the Twitter during my scrolls. Here it is. And this happened after I'd come up and constructed the rundown. Per Heel 24/7, a potential exit strategy discussions have begun at North Carolina regarding Bill Belichick, with reports of rules violations fueling the situation. Who could have ever seen this coming?
Well, didn't one of their staffers or something get fined or suspended recently for that, like impermissible benefits? I could have sworn I saw that recently. Let me
You'd
try
have to
find
look that up, Nick. I don't want to say yes or no, but that came out, I guess it was a little bit after lunchtime, and hit the TexAgs message boards. I think everybody responded the way I just did. The interesting part about this is we spoke yesterday about the buyout should North Carolina fire him. So now they're working out a potential exit strategy. That's an interesting term to me. And also baked into that with the rules violations fueling the situation. Is the rules violation a 20-some-odd female, 20-something-year-old female?
I'm going to comment on this in a little bit. I'm trying to log in so I can watch the Tigers. It's now 3-2.
So, yeah, I was right. Their cornerbacks coach, Ahmad Hawkins, was suspended in relation to extra benefit allegations raised by, I don't know, inside the program. So that happened. That came out yesterday. But, yes, I get what you're getting at.
Okay, well, then that makes more sense than my theory that I could not spit out about
it was going to be
his
a
girlfriend. No, but what I was saying is she was just perceived to be running the entire show over there, or at least manipulating Bill, and Bill is the guy that runs the show. But let me tell you this, Nick, since you brought that up, I have to think that the North Carolina donors that were anti this hire had to have been rejoicing when they found potential rules violations by an assistant coach that they could then lay on the head coach to, if we need to make a move, we can fire with cause now.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it seems like they got more than just that, honestly. I mean, the play has been horrible. They're
non-competitive.
Yeah, they're not good.
And he's never looked like he really cared. This was a retirement paycheck for him. And whatever paycheck it was and could still be, unless these rules violations have staying power and they can axe him for cause. And then that would remove them from being subject to the buyout.
Here's an interesting question for the two of you guys, and I heard it a little bit on the ESPN radio this morning before TexAgs Live went on air. Nick, I don't know if you heard any of this. If he were still in the NFL, still coaching a team at the National Football League level, he's dealing with professionals on a day-to-day basis. He'd have to deal with college kids. He'd have to deal with recruiting. He'd have to deal with owners. Would he be a top 5 coach in the league right now? Would he still be able to maintain the level of professionalism and football acumen it would take to be competitive in the NFL?
Was he a top 5 coach when he was let go from the Patriots? I don't even think he was then.
I would argue he was absolutely a top 5 coach during that dynasty.
Not during the dynasty. I'm talking about after Brady left.
Yeah, like
after
on
Brady left.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too.
That was the point that they were making on ESPN.
I would say comfortably no, he's not in the top 5.
All right, let's name them. 1, Dan Campbell. 2,
hold on, Dan Campbell is
without
awesome.
Discussion. Number 1, Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell's 1, obviously.
Andy Reid's 1.
Timeout. Is he 1 because he's got the quarterback, or is he 1 because he's the GOAT?
Okay, you just said that you would have had Bill Belichick in the top 5 while during the dynasty was going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying the argument is.
So, but what we're talking about, you asked if he would be in the top 5.
What did Andy Reid do before he had Patrick Mahomes?
You asked if he was pretty successful.
He was still pretty successful.
So I think Andy Reid is where the list starts. I would put Sirianni. Just won the Super Bowl last year?
No, not you, Siri.
Oh, Siri thought I was talking to her.
Yeah, just won the Super Bowl, and the Eagles got it rolling right now. Those 2 guys for sure in the top 5. Did you put Dan in the top 5?
He's getting there. He's Sean McVay.
Sean, no, not anymore.
I mean, he's got a Super Bowl title, man, and I love Dan. And
I love Dan too. He's my favorite.
I know you do. But
the guy in Buffalo, is he on that list? Or is it just because the quarterback?
No, I don't know if he's on my list, but he's like right there with Dan, like really good. I don't know. Nick, let's look up Bill Belichick's record once Brady left. I don't think it's very good.
I'm looking it up. Bill Belichick post Brady record. Wow, it's already been searched quite a bit. Bill Belichick's record after Tom Brady left was approximately 83-104, losing percentage or a winning percentage of around 44.9%.
There's also this deal with his age and coaches deteriorating once they hit, 70? It really starts to tank. He's 73.
It's obviously gone sour in a number of different facets.
Every time I look up his age, I am fascinated about how young his girlfriend is.
It's incredible. Congratulations.
Money's a crazy thing.
I don't think it's money.
That's not what it is.
That's
Brauny.
not what
it's
it
his
is, Brauny.
You think they love each other?
It's a different 4-letter word that's a crazy, or 5-letter word that's a crazy thing. And Bill's lost in it.
I'm talking about from her end.
Oh. So we're like this is an Anna Nicole Smith situation?
Like, why is she dating Bill Belichick?
Nick, would you date Bill Belichick if you had the opportunity?
I would not, Richard.
You're an attractive mid-20s guy.
I mean,
just like Jordan Hudson.
Yeah. A guy? What?
Well, she's obviously. I don't think she's a guy.
Bill Belichick was 49 years old when Jordan Hudson was born.
Amazing.
49 years old. Do you know anybody in your life that's close to 49? How old's David?
David's in his 50s, isn't he?
40. No, David's not 50.
He's not
like
50
45. Yet. So he's about 5 years out.
Well.
Oh, I think he's older than 45.
He was at A&M, and when did he graduate from A&M? 97?
I don't know, but I don't know. That's just the number I'm riding with. He was here at the same time
Billy was here. Billy graduated in 99.
And Billy's 51?
Billy's
okay, so
50.
he's like a year or two north of 45.
Yeah, I think
I know
50.
what you're doing here. You have you guys back, but all we're saying is like, imagine somebody that's 49 years old.
Not that it matters.
Today.
He looks like he's 35.
Imagine somebody that's 49 years old today.
Okay.
And there's a baby born somewhere. And in 24 years, they're going to date. That's yucky.
It is yucky. What's the rule? It's half your age plus 7.
Half your age plus 7 is the lowest a man should go. That's the rule. Hard line.
Don't women abide by that rule too?
I don't know. I've never looked through that lens, but half your age plus 7 is no matter what age you are, that typically gives you a pretty good range. But once you get north of 55, it kind of gets, it's like if you're a 60-year-old, you can date a 37-year-old. That's tough. But half your age plus 7 while you're in your...
Time out. When David Nuno is 60 in 15 years, he's still going to look like he's 37.
It has more to do, I think, with the faculties of each person and just the stage of life. But yeah, so on her end, it's money and fame. On his end, it's the other thing.
Respect.
Which has been undefeated for
respect to the both of them for accomplishing both goals.
Jordan Hudson was born in 2001.
She's never seen the Dallas Stars win a Stanley Cup.
I was 14 years old when she was born.
How old are you? So
39. She's 25.
So you're in the range. You could date Jordan Hudson.
Yeah, I'm married happily. Baby, I love you. In case Richard was trying to sow seeds of doubt there.
I'm not trying to get rid of Mrs. Brauninger. She's the best. I'd much rather get rid of you before we get rid of her.
So that was what popped up on my timeline. Bill Belichick now being investigated for potential rules violations. We all know that this is a way for North Carolina to get him out because this has been an unmitigated disaster in Chapel Hill, and there's no end in sight. Like, I don't think all of a sudden this 73-year-old guy is going to flip the switch and go, hey, you know what? I'm being embarrassed here. I'm going to try to right this ship. Like, he's just past it.
I could see it playing it. Like, I could see him righting the ship if this were college football 10 years ago. And he's still not 63. If he's still 73 and he's coaching college football 10 years ago, I think it works. Somebody with his credentials and his resume could absolutely recruit. Could absolutely sign enough people to an actual letter of intent and get them in a program and help develop them to where they could someday, a couple years down the road, become a semblance of a competitive football team on the national level. I think it could work. It can't work anymore. The amount of roster turnover is not going to ever allow it to work.
But would you say that this experiment at North Carolina has further tarnished his legacy? Because
sure,
you just said
we're trying to we just read the stats. We read the record post Brady. The two are going to always be intertwined because of the Patriots dynasty and what they did together. But yeah, it kind of feels a lot like what am I trying to think of? So
this is how it's broken down. The Cleveland Browns were 37-45 with Bill Belichick as their head coach.
Mm-hmm.
The 2000 New England Patriots, which is whenever Brady started his run, were 5-11.
Well, to me, I finally found the comparison I wanted. Feels a lot like Jerry trying to prove that those Super Bowls weren't Jimmy Johnson. And unfortunately for Jerry Jones, he's kind of doing it in perpetuity and is going to do it until his last dying breath, whenever that may be. Maybe he finds a Super Bowl or not, but he has absolutely tarnished the legacy of those 90s Cowboys because he was being selfish.
Yeah, and so the further away we get from Tom Brady and Bill Belichick together, and now knowing the issues that he had with the Kraft family.
And I think we saw a lot of it being Brady when he was able to win one in Tampa Bay quickly.
Yeah. You know what? The more we sit here and talk about it, I wouldn't put Bill Belichick in my top 5 NFL coaches of all time.
Oh, that's such a hard list for me to create. Like Dan Campbell,
the more
Wayne
I talk
Fontes,
about it,
Jim Schwartz, obviously top 3.
The more you talk about it, the more you're going, this was Tom Brady. Everything about his career record says Tom Brady. And when you are running a professional football organization, you have so much more help on roster management, drafting. You don't have that amount of help in the college level in recruiting now. I think you said 10 years ago he would be a good recruiter. I don't know that. What has he shown that he's going to be a good recruiter to bring players in? I could make a really probably good argument if we sat there and went point by point that Tom Brady was the attraction.
He would be a good recruiter. I said he could be a good recruiter.
Well, so could you.
Well, yeah.
Could as a qualifier
That'd
that
be
you
awesome.
could
Hire me.
could as a qualifier that you can use for any
The
situation.
Tigers could win this game.
So
tied
yeah, I think
3-3.
the more that so he was 249 and 75 with Tom Brady. It's a 769 winning percentage.
It's
That's
amazing.
Yes. And Tom Brady's career win percentage is going to be hover around that mark.
So why do we look at Phil Jackson's career in the NBA any differently because he had some of the greatest players to ever play the game? Obviously, Michael Jordan being number one. But then remember, he had the years in Los Angeles with Kobe and Shaq.
So because he did it across two teams.
I would still qualify him as maybe the greatest basketball coach to ever live.
And his success was tied to more than just Michael Jordan. He had it with Kobe and Shaq, Scottie and Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan. That's an interesting Phil Jackson career coaching record. This is an interesting little rabbit hole we've gone down here. He started coaching in 1979, 1980. So let's pull this up. Oh, dude, his career. This is crazy. There's no way this is accurate. His career win-loss record?
What?
1,155 to 485. Okay. It's a 704 winning percentage.
I mean, they won 81. They won 81 games one year.
So because
71 games. If they win 81 games, they go 81-1. That'd be nuts. That's like what I do when I play video games.
I mean, starting in 1989. Yeah, dude. He was. The head coach when the Bulls dynasty was starting. Like, he started this dynasty, I guess, right when Michael got there. So it was just like kind of the perfect combination. But even when he went to LA, man, I mean, look at these win totals with the Lakers.
So I did who's the greatest
56,
NFL
58.
coach of all time, and the AI overview is saying there's no single consensus, obviously, but Bill Belichick is still frequently cited as the greatest NFL coach due to the NFL record's 6 Super Bowl wins. They obviously list Don Shula, all-time leader in regular season wins with 328. He also coached the only undefeated team in league history, and then Vince Lombardi, 6 championships with the Packers.
That's not true.
The
first 76 Dolphins.
Huh?
The Dolphins were the only perfect team in NFL history.
Don Shula?
And that Patriots team lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl.
That's what I was. You didn't hear me say Don Shula's name. Like, there was 3 names that were listed. Bill Belichick is up there because of the 6 Super Bowls that he's done. Don Shula's up there for the NFL regular season record and wins, plus coaching the only team that ever went undefeated. And then Lombardi, 6 championships, 2 Super Bowls. Obviously a pioneer.
Look, we're kind of missing a point here, and is that any of the greatest coaches in any sport of all time, guess what they've also got?
Greatest players.
Great players. So there is something to be said for.
Look at Dave Roberts. He's got as many world championships as Walter Alston and Tommy Lasorda, both of which are in the Hall of Fame. And he's a bum. But because he's got the greatest Dodger pitcher to ever live in Shohei Ohtani, he's got 2 championships.
So that's really, so you have to give Bill Belichick credit for winning with Tom Brady. But when Tom Brady left Bill Belichick, he kept winning.
Yep.
But when Bill Belichick left Tom Brady, he quit winning. And this year at North Carolina, to me, and there's something also, I think there's something to be said for guys. Some guys are better at college than they are at the NFL. There's been very few that have been able to flip-flop and do both, right? Pete Carroll?
Jimmy Johnson,
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
And Harbaugh's, I mean, he's been pretty good.
Harbaugh's got 1 championship.
But there's not, in terms
Pete
of
Carroll
football.
Won a Super Bowl?
With the Seahawks.
With the Seahawks. Yeah, that's right.
So there's just not many that have crossed both boundaries and done it well. Like Mac Brown, who was the head coach at North Carolina before they hired Bill Belichick. Pretty good coach, man. College coach, really good coach.
Hall of Famer.
And what he could do, like he wasn't an X's and O's guy, but you could dump Mac Brown into the seat right now. And let's see, I bet Mac Brown is close to the same age as Bill Belichick. But you could dump Mac Brown. He's 74. You dump him right back in the head chair in Chapel Hill, they'll recruit better. He can do it, man. You know he can recruit. He's
also a lifetime college coach, right?
Yeah,
knows the game.
Yeah,
knows the game.
He never tried to ride the Texas
Knows the
success
landscape.
into an NFL job.
Well,
Some guys are just better.
Belichick's recruiting pitch has got to be this. Like we all know what it is. I can get you in the NFL. Like that's it. That's the whole pitch, right?
With that tone of voice.
Yeah, but
I've
even
won
more
6
dull.
Super Bowls, I can get you in the NFL.
Yeah, Richard
And my
does a better
girlfriend is
Bill
24
Belichick than I do.
years old.
Mac
She
Brown has had a
24,
very
26.
interesting coaching career, but super successful. Super successful.
Well, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to argue that the greatest college football coach of all time is Nick Saban, right?
Right.
What did Nick Saban do in the NFL?
He flopped.
Yeah. It's 2 completely different games. It's 2 completely
And
different
especially
styles
now.
of coaching.
And especially now in college.
And it's 2 completely different rosters and maturity levels of your players.
You know, there used to be some sort of similarities before this transfer portal stuff because you got a kid, you at least kept him for 3 or 4 years.
Sure.
And in the NFL, when you draft a guy, you're going to keep him like you have his rights. Now, you keep a kid for 10 months and he decides he doesn't like it there anymore and he's gone.
Yeah.
So it's never been harder to be a college
But is
football
that not
coach.
going to change whenever this rev share stuff starts? And you know, you would have a better insight on that than I do, Brauny. But like, does that not get factored into rev share? You know, you stay for 2 or not semesters, but 2 school years, whatever it may be. I don't know. That would make sense to me at least.
Yeah, but what's preventing them from taking their rev share for a year than going somewhere else with somebody promises them a bigger piece of their rev share?
That's what I'm saying. That should be baked into the contract that they're signing or whatever
the
you want to call
NCAA
it.
has lost all backbone with that because anytime there's
They get
a
sued into
lawsuit,
the ground,
they're
yeah.
being
Yeah,
sued
yeah.
into the ground and they don't win anything.
Yeah, great point.
And so, like, what are the rules? Like, if you try to implement anything to keep these kids in one spot, they're going to sue you because you can't prevent them from making money elsewhere. And that's what's happened when we opened Pandora's box on this thing. Is like, oh, now it's like an open market, and you can't stop me from going and working somewhere else to make a better living for myself and my family. And that's kind of at the crux of all these rulings in favor of the athletes. And dude, the fact that Pavia, I know he said he didn't want another year, but like the fact that it's floated around that he could get another one, and to me, I think it'd be smart for him to try to do it. That it's going to create another year of him making more money than he's going to make next year in the NFL. He's not an NFL quarterback, great college quarterback. Maximize that potential.
Yeah.
I 100%
agree with that completely.
And I also think there's going to be guys that are really, really good college football players or college baseball players, college basketball players that are going to go, you know what? Like, I'm probably not going to be drafted higher than the 5th, 6th round. Like, I need to try to get another year because the money that I'm making in college is better than what I'm going to be making as a rookie in whatever professional league that I'm going to.
Or completely out of sports in a 9 to 5.
Oh, yeah. And look, like on the baseball
Tigers
side,
just took the lead. Riley Green homer in the 6th.
on the baseball side, think about Travis Chestnut. What would Travis Chestnut be doing if he wasn't playing at Texas A&M right now?
Find a job somewhere.
He'd be in
I don't know
a
what he
desk
got
job
his
somewhere.
degrees in or anything like that.
But you're right. Like, he would be in the workforce. And so he's come back, and I don't know what he's making in rev share. Baseball's not nearly what it is in football, but this is another opportunity for him to keep playing and put a little money in his pocket. Like, that's a good gig for him.
And the other thing of that, aside from the money, like, you tell people all the time, and I wish somebody had told me when I was younger and was still playing baseball, albeit not at a high level at all, like, play as long as you can, because once it's gone, you don't get it back.
Yeah, and everybody gets in a rush to play professional baseball, but nobody ever looks back and says, I regret playing college baseball. So it's hard to beat that into these kids' brains. Like, hey, like, maximize your opportunities in college. You have the rest of your life to pitch professionally. So some of these guys are living the dream for 6 or 7 years, and A&M's been the beneficiary of a couple of those, and other programs around the SEC have as well. But there's never been a more interesting time and a more pound your head against the table time to be a college sports fan or a college sports analyst or a college sports coach. Mike Elko, Michael Early, Bucky McMillan, they're not just coaches. I hope everybody realizes that. They are now accountants. They're psychiatrists. They're, I guess, handshakers, baby kissers. It's all part of the job. Like,
Yeah.
you're called coach, but you wear so many more hats than that.
I mean, Mike Elko this week is held a press conference, done a bunch of practice stuff. Obviously, he's doing game planning for Florida this week. He's got a coach's show tonight. Like, he has to go talk on the radio, and obviously there's an adoring public that'll be there for him at Rudy's at 8 p.m. on what's the road, Harvey Road later this evening. Like, he's got to do all of this, and you have no idea what conversations he's having behind closed doors as far as with real donors and getting real support. And obviously he's got to stay in touch with the recruiting classes in 26, 27, 28, hosting kids in 2029 and beyond. Like, I don't envy them at all. I think my phone buzzes a lot. I'm sure theirs buzzes 1,000 times more. Like, I would have to shut it off.
Nick, I'm trying to look for this. I'm sending it to you now. Do you want to, if I send you a tweet to pull up on the show, a video, would you like me to email that to you or what?
Whatever is easier for you, Mr.
Hi,
Host.
Callie.
Richard says hi, Callie.
I see you.
Okay, because the next thing we're going to talk about, I just sent you, Nick. Okay.
While he pulls that up, I got a question for you guys, and it's on top of my mind because of what's about to happen at Reed Arena tonight. If you don't know by now, it's a top 10 volleyball matchup. Number 9 Texas A&M versus number 3 Kentucky. First time this has ever happened in Texas A&M volleyball history to host a top 10 showdown. 6 o'clock start. Fantastic sport to watch. If you haven't made your way to Reed Arena before, you won't be disappointed. So the question is, which sport that's kind of out of the mainstream, right? Football, basketball, baseball, do you enjoy watching the most? Because I think any of them. It could be professional, it could be A&M. Like, volleyball is an insanely exciting and entertaining sport, whether you're on TV, watching on TV or in the facility. Like, that's why this question came to my mind. Soccer, I like it. Obviously, now that I have a team to follow and keep up with Tottenham and all of that, but I haven't been to a game in person yet across the pond, and I think that would really kickstart whatever is still lingering and not
World Cup games in Texas next summer.
Yet. I would love to go to a World Cup game. I don't know how much it's going to cost me to get to one.
Have you not seen the outrage?
I haven't seen the resale prices or anything like that.
There's international outrage over these ticket prices, and everybody in America is like, oh, yeah, this is just what happens to us at big sporting events. We get our eyes gouged out on these prices.
Wait, the rest of the world doesn't get gouged?
Well, like some of these ticket prices, people, and I saw there was some BBC talk shows, Talk Sport over in the UK, just kind of waxing lyrical about American ticket prices, and they couldn't understand how is anybody going to afford to go to these games. And I'm like, yeah, like some of the ticket prices are outrageous. It's over $1,000 a ticket for some of these World Cup games. But that's what happens here. Like, you're hosting a bunch of Super Bowls for an entire summer.
Yeah, that's true. I can't believe they don't get price gouged on stuff. I know their tickets, the scarcity's hard to find, right? To get into a Premier League match on a Saturday or a Sunday, like, you have to go through different channels through the supporters clubs to actually get in the facility. I know there's a scarcity, but I just imagine the tickets would be expensive.
Look it up. See how much it would cost to go to Arsenal or Tottenham.
Ticket price for Tottenham match.
I've never looked at this, and I'm going to London next year.
AI says priced around $90 to over $400 for single matches.
Still not bad.
Not bad at all.
Okay, price A&M Florida ticket.
Texas A&M versus Florida tickets. SeatGeek, the official partner. Right now, the getting in price is $127.
So, yeah. An SEC home game is going to cost you more than a Premier League game.
That's crazy. There are less games. I mean,
like 6 or 7 less.
6 or 7 less games, yeah.
All right, Nick's got that video pulled up. And so we, top of my sports.
5-3 in Detroit, by the way.
Top of my mind sports is baseball. And something we saw last night. And we are a hand-up show. We've said that from day one. So, Richard, why don't you go ahead and take the floor and take some blame?
I'm just can I just roll the clip? Just leave my hand up.
For those of you not watching, this is a video of Aaron Judge's 3-run homer last night when the Yankees were dead, down 6-3. They hadn't gotten a big hit in the entire series.
They were down 6-0.
They're down 6-0. Correct.
This is going to spawn a great question I have for y'all, but we'll bring it up in a second.
Okay, Richard. Now you can cut back to Richard. We're going to go back to that video just a second, Nick. So let me read the text so that everybody's on the same page here.
And the worst part about this, the text he's about to read, he's not the only person I sent this to. He's not the only person I sent this to.
Yanks getting blitzed. Judge did something stupid at a terrible time. Where have I seen that before?
He did have a major toot bland while they were trying to get back in the game. You know what toot bland stands for, Nick?
He's not listening. Callie's bugging him.
Nick, do you know what toot bland stands for?
I don't know.
Thrown out on the bases like a nincompoop. Toot bland. It's an official stat.
Toot bland.
It's where you get hung up.
We called it HUAs.
HUAs?
Head up.
Yeah, that's true.
So we just call them HUA. So Richard had his hand up because the reason why the Yankees came back last night was from my little friend here. And
my buddy Jason Bradshaw is not watching, but he is a Yankee fan. So Jason, you're welcome.
So what I want to go back to now is that...
Can I put my hand down?
You can put your hand down. Thank you for being accountable.
I just wanted there to be 4 games today, and there are. You're welcome, baseball lovers.
So Aaron Judge's 3-run homer was called by Paul Goldschmidt, a longtime big leaguer, native of the Woodlands, Texas, and a Texas State Bobcat. Played a lot of games against Paul Goldschmidt in my life. Paul Goldschmidt called it the greatest swing he's ever seen. And I don't know that I can disagree. Nick, do you have the ability to pause this video?
Oh, really? Like you think this is legit?
Can you pause it at contact? Richard, look at that television. That is 100 miles an hour. It is not in the strike zone. It's closer to being in the batter's box with him.
Yeah, I saw somewhere they said it was a foot. It was like 1 foot and 7 inches away from the center of the plate.
That is not human for him, A, to just put that ball in play. B, to put it in play with the exit velocity that he got out of this swing. And finally, to keep this ball fair is absolutely unheard of. That is why Paul Goldschmidt called it the greatest swing he's ever seen.
Yeah.
And if the Yankee Stadium fences, if that foul pole is 5 feet further, this is a foul ball. But Judge had a great quote in the post game and said, it must have been one of those ghosts out there that helped it keep it fair.
Nick, have you heard the call for this from our guy Joe?
I did, yeah.
There are actually people out there that don't think Joe Davis is the best baseball broadcaster out there right now.
Yeah, well, there's a reason he's on Fox and has called, the past 2-3 World Series?
More than that.
He's since
Joe Buck left.
Joe Buck left, I believe 21 was his last year.
Because he called the Astros one.
Yeah, in 2022. Yep. He definitely, he's been called. He called the last 4, but he is Fox's guy now. There are other great ones out there, but if you don't think Joe Davis is
he deserves to be the guy
right now, you are insufferable and insane, and your opinion is invalid. I mean, just the buildup, deep drive to left field. If it's fair, it's his moment. It is home run, and then crowd noise. Like it's so good. It is a masterclass in baseball television broadcasting. It was theater. The postseason's always theater, and that was another great moment. It's fantastic. As much as I hate to see it happen because I detest the New York Yankees.
Aaron Judge is surpassing some legendary names every time seemingly he hits a home run right now for the Yankees. He's got the American League all-time home run record in a season.
Single season.
And
what's his career total?
I don't think this is that hot of a take. Aaron Judge is a better baseball player than Babe Ruth ever thought about being. And you have to take into account what these guys are doing against the pitching that they're facing. Babe Ruth never faced those guys. There was no relievers. Those guys do 180 pitches a game. They pitch twice a week. There's no way Babe Ruth saw this stuff that Aaron Judge is seeing. Let alone the fact that Aaron Judge is 6'6", 250 pounds, runs like that, throws like that. Was a legitimate center fielder, an all-star center fielder for that long in his career. We've not seen baseball talents like this. And I've talked a lot about the pitching. The pitching right now is absurdity to the point where we got to start looking at moving the mound back a foot. These guys, Mizorowski's 23 years old. He's throwing 104.
Averaging 102.
That's insanity. And everybody now throws 95 or harder. When 10 years ago, 15 years ago, if you threw 95, you were the closer.
Yeah.
I can remember when Joel Zumaya came up for the Tigers, and you had to watch Joel Zumaya pitch. He was throwing 98 to 100. And now everybody does that. Starters are doing this. Cam Schlittler, that's going to start tonight for the Yankees, he's going to do this. He is going to start a game, and he's going to throw a bunch of 101s. Cam
Schlittler throws gas on the mound and on Twitter.
Okay. But you get what I'm saying. Like
the resurgence of Javier Baez is confounding and mind-blowing. He just hit a 2-run home run. The Tigers are now up 7-3. This was a dude who couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat a few years ago. He used to
like he's swinging a tennis racket.
Like he's insane.
But
the Tigers are off the mat and they're going to have Scooble in Game 5. Jeez.
Back in Seattle.
Jeez.
Man, the Mariners fans have lived a really tough existence.
That's
some all-time great players in their uniform, and they've not won anything.
Think a good chance for my question here. I was thinking about this watching the Blue Jays up, 6-1 on the Yankees, and I turned to my wife. I was like, my gosh, this might be more fun than watching the Longhorns get crushed or something in a sport. So my question is, what are y'all's favorite hate watches? Because I found out last night watching the Yankees get beat in their own stadium, even though they didn't lose, but they were getting beat, might be one of my favorite things. But what are some other hate watches that y'all enjoy?
LSU.
Ohio State football and the San Diego Padres.
I would put the Dallas Cowboys on my list. I grew up, my dad watched them.
Dallas Cowboys is a good one.
I don't really care either way. If the Cowboys are on, I'll watch them. If the Texans are on, I'll watch them.
I would now say because of the resident Rangers fans in our office.
For sure, yep. That's
and
my
how
pick.
they act. Maybe one sitting next to you, Nick.
Luke Evangelist, such a fair weather Rangers fan. It's crazy.
And he'll even own it too. At least he owns it, but it makes it even more pathetic. He's like, I don't watch baseball until the postseason. It's like, buddy, that's not the flex you think it is. It actually tells me a lot more about you than you care to admit.
LSU is just because I lived there for 4 years in that state, and I know how just everything in their universe centers around LSU, and you can't convince them otherwise. Everybody in that state.
With the Rangers, you mentioned the Rangers and Cali. I believe the Dodgers played them in May this year, a 3-game set at the end of just a random weekend in May. Dodgers won the first one. Adolis Garcia hit a walk-off home run in the second game on a Saturday. I hadn't texted anybody on Friday. Just the Dodgers won a game over the Rangers. No real rivalry. As soon as Adolis hits a home run, I get a text message.
Yeah, they can't help it.
And then the next night, the Dodgers won a 1-0 game. I went up there in the afternoon. Didn't say anything. All I did was send somebody a cricket emoji. For me, I bring up the Padres because I can't stand the way Manny Machado acts. I can't stand the way Fernando Tatis acts. I know this is very hypocritical of me because I sat here yesterday talking about Jacob Mizorowski and saying, let the guys have fun, let the kids have fun. But those dudes just act like complete buffoons all the time. They're easy to hate watch. I still don't think that's that much of a rivalry in the National League West, especially with how historic Dodgers-Giants is. But the Padres have become the nuisance of the annoying little brother, and it's just good to
I will say
smack them on top of the head every now and then.
As I've watched more soccer, and Arsenal's biggest rival is Tottenham, but I don't really hate watch Tottenham. The one that I'll enjoy hate watching in the Premier League?
City.
No.
Really?
Man United.
United's funny because their fans always
Their fans online, when they lose, it's theater. And there are giant YouTube accounts that all they do. So in the UK, they have a really popular reaction culture, game watching culture, watch alongs. Every big club in England has probably 7 or 8 YouTubers that are big names. and they do watch-alongs. They all do watch-alongs. Some of them, there's one guy that covers Man United. His name's Mark Galbraith. His channel's gotten so big that the Bundesliga is allowing him to stream their games on his platform. The Bundesliga,
great.
for those that don't know, is the German soccer league.
It's a farmers league.
No, it is not. It's one of the premier leagues in Europe. It's really good. And so Mark Galbraith, but the reason why he's gotten like the channel he started was about Manchester United. It's got like, you have to go look it up, but it's like over 2 million subscribers. Then he has his own separate personal YouTube page that's got over 1 million subscribers. And it's because he's so entertaining to watch in these watch-alongs, and especially when
the United Stand has 2.2 million followers.
Yes, that's the one he started, is the United Stand, and because there's so many big YouTubers, Nick, that do these watch-alongs, there's blossomed into these channels that all they do is clip reactions from these watch-alongs, and then they put the reactions out. So if Manchester United loses a game, you can just YouTube Manchester United reaction, and somebody has cut clips from all of these YouTubers like losing their minds, giant crash outs every time they concede a goal. It's hysterical to watch. Because I get so much enjoyment out of watching these people suffer live, Man United has become one of my favorite hate watches.
Completely get that. I completely get that.
Watching crash
European
out videos,
soccer fans are nuts.
Watching crash out videos hurts because I know that's exactly how I'm acting in my living room
with the Dodgers.
When the Dodgers do something stupid, like I'm so glad Jenna doesn't report it. So one of the things that Manchester United has struggled with mightily, we won't go down this rabbit hole, but one thing they struggle with mightily is crosses into the box. So like anytime the other team swings a cross into the box, Mark Galbraith just started to refer to them as Dracula FC. They're allergic to crosses. It's pretty good. But speaking with Manchester United, I like the guy who's doing the 5 matches in a row challenge. Have you seen that?
That guy's name is United Strand.
Strand?
He's changed his Instagram name since he started doing this to the United Strand. This guy over a year ago said he's not going to cut his hair until Manchester United wins 5 games in a row. They're awful. This guy's going to go years without cutting his hair. And at one point, he looked identical to Luke Evangelist.
Yes, it's like Luke's haircut.
I was just thinking when you said that, I was like, that's exactly what Luke would do for Aggie basketball or something like that.
Oh, yeah, he would simp that hard for him for sure. But this guy, everybody, like this guy, he was doing it as a bit, like a funny bit. And now he's getting like shampoo sponsorships, hair product sponsorships, and his Twitter or his Instagram following has just ballooned because everybody thinks it's funny. Manchester United's so bad. He should have gone to 3 games in a row.
There are fellow Manchester United fans that are starting to hate him because he thinks he's doing this as a look at me kind of thing.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. He just thought it would be fun to do, and it's just taken on a life of its own because the team is so bad. He said he went to a match not too long ago and some dude tried to pull his hair out.
Oh God.
Some ultra fan was so mad at him because of how bad the team is. He's projecting his anger onto somebody else. He's trying to pull somebody's hair out.
But 5 wins is crazy. Like, not even the best teams in Europe win 5 in a row.
It's tough.
When you consider all the competitions that they're in. It's not just league games. Yeah, and if you draw, obviously it doesn't count as a win. So that's he's going to be doing this for a long time. Anyway, that was interesting. I like talking about that, though.
It was a fun little segue.
Good question, Nick, to get us going down a fun little rabbit hole. And it's right up Nick's alley. What a great question. Right on the nose for Nick Savage. Who do you hate watch the most?
Well, like I just mentioned, the Rangers, the Yankees, 2. For football, obviously, Texas. See, like in the SEC, it's kind of weird because, I like watching LSU lose. I think Alabama, probably. Whoa, Callie says Auburn. What do you got against Auburn? What'd they do to you? Anyways, those 2 in college football. Let's see, NFL. I kind of like watching the Browns lose just because they're like,
it's just
like,
you're a sicko.
Yeah, it's just like they're just so bad. I love Myles Garrett, but Hope he wins everything. But
He's Nelson. He's just laughing at the kid. Ha,
yeah,
ha.
exactly. NASCAR, there's a few drivers that I enjoy
Give him to us. Give him to
watching,
us. Give him to us.
you know, have bad days.
Who are the
Joey
drivers?
Logano, Denny Hamlin, those two. They're popular ones to hate, so it's like not, you know, not super crazy there.
He goes NASCAR.
Y'all went soccer. Let's not act like
Okay.
That's fair enough. So, Nick, I like that you hate other drivers, right? I
Why
like
do
that
you
you
hate
hate
them?
your different drivers.
like okay. Let's throw it back to
Why
some
do you hate
people
Carl Edwards?
No, Carl's fine. Hate Tony Stewart growing up. That's a guy everyone knows. I really did not like him.
Is there a reason why you don't like these
He
guys?
was kind of like Jeff Gordon's rival, you know.
And me and Nick are huge Jeff Gordon fans.
So you like Denny Hamlin?
I do not.
Oh, why don't you like Denny Hamlin?
Because he's a total pretender. He's like the oldest. He's the most experienced driver in the field every week. Still never won a championship. Acts like he's won 10.
Yeah, what a loser.
He's annoying.
What about Ryan Blaney?
That's my guy.
Okay.
Look at him. He's like a good old country boy.
Okay.
He won the
Googled
race
NASCAR
at
names.
Daytona that I went to. So
Chase
my guy.
Elliott.
That's
been around a
actually
while.
my guy. Yeah, he took over for Jeff Gordon.
And then Tyler Reddick.
No feelings either way.
Okay.
Nick, I like that NASCAR fans dislike drivers other than their favorite, because the thing I found with F1, and it makes it hard for me to be a true like diehard fan of that sport, is everyone has their favorite drivers, but then if their favorite driver doesn't win, they're happy for the guy who did. And it's like, what are we doing? We're supposed to be competing for titles here. Makes no sense.
Like it's, you know, there's certain guys that race a certain way, and it's always entertaining when they get raced back that way. Or like, you remember a few years ago? Well, no, probably not. Let's be real here. But Denny Hamlin has been in the middle of several feuds. Or like, if you go look up like Matt Kenseth versus Joey Logano, where Matt Kenseth just straight up destroys Joey Logano when he's in the middle of a championship hunt, like he legitimately had a chance at it, and this Matt Kenseth knocked out of the race, comes back in with a beat up car and just junks him. Like that's so fun. It wasn't on like a fast track where they're going to kill each other, but like I'll show you all that video later on. Well, I'll pull it up. What am I doing? I can do it right now. Give me a second.
This is amazing. I'm getting educated. It's
I
awesome.
was just not going to talk. I was just going to let him go for as long as he wanted
God,
on
this is
NASCAR.
awesome.
Because he doesn't ever.
You ever been to a NASCAR race?
He doesn't ever get this out.
Have you ever been to a NASCAR
No,
race?
I have no plans on going.
Amazing people watching.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Amazing
I-
people watching.
Understandable. I got no preconceived notion that I will ever attend a NASCAR race. Like, and my father-in-law, massive NASCAR guy.
We went to a few back in the day. I had an uncle who
But
worked
you know,
for
Nick
safety.
keeps this pin up. Like he doesn't get to.
He's awesome.
He doesn't get to talk to anybody about this in the office. So
Literally anybody ever.
What you're telling me? Mrs. Savage isn't all in on NASCAR on Sunday
Well,
afternoons.
I mean, I
She's like-
watch it, but no.
she'll walk through the living room. She's like, "Ugh, this again."
Pretty
and
much.
Walk out.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is.
That's so
Get ready,
sad,
dude. it's going to happen to you.
No, it ain't. I've successfully brainwashed her.
Okay. Nick, are you ready? You just let
Yeah,
us-
he's got another thing coming.
Got an email from a synagogue.
While Nick's pulling that up, we were talking about the NFL a little bit earlier. Hate watching. Nobody's hate watching the Arizona Cardinals, but Jonathan Gannon, the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, was fined $100,000 for blowing up on Amari DeMercado, the running back who
Dropped the ball.
dropped the ball
line?
as he was crossing the goal line. Now,
So you're not allowed to blow up on your own players now?
and then he went back and said that he apologized to DeMercado and he apologized to the locker room. And I'm like, come on, man. Like,
Soft.
here's what it is. Like, this is a cutthroat business, and there's emotions that run high. That kid made a mistake. He knows he made a mistake. And part of the way I was raised is if my dad said, hey, you either look both ways before you cross the road or I'm whipping you with this paddle, and I look out across the road and I didn't look both ways, like, I was going to get the paddle no matter what I said, and I had to wear it.
Mhm.
Like, no matter how many times, like, if you do something where your father or your coach or whatever can hit you with an I told you so, you got to sit there and you got to look him in the eye and you got to say, yes, sir, even though you know what he's about to say. I told you not to. Yeah, you did. And I did it and I screwed up, but I've got to hear it because I screwed up. So if DeMercado, like, you got to understand, dude, you screwed something up. And I want to read this stat before you get to your video, Nick. Had Amari DeMercado scored that touchdown, and the extra point would have put Arizona up 28-6 with about 12:40 left in the fourth quarter. Teams up 22 points in the fourth quarter, according to ESPN research, are 1,276-1 over the past 25 seasons. So you screwed up something so bad that the odds flipped to where you are almost 99.99% going to win the game to we are now in a football game where the odds are much more even and we could lose. And guess what? That was just one of 1,000 errors we were about to make, and we did lose. So I don't understand why Jonathan Gannon's got to pay a league fine, why he has to apologize to everybody. Now, unless he crossed the line with some of the stuff he said, and I didn't see any video that he got overly physical, like he was kind of nose to nose with him. But
didn't he like slap him on the jerk or in the chest protector or something like that?
Yeah, but like
when he walked away?
Whenever was it Jimbo grabbed Tyrell Dotson by the face mask and everybody freaked out? Like that was normal behavior from growing up. And like everybody got offended for Tyrell Dotson, and I don't think Tyrell Dotson had a problem with it. That guy's still playing in the NFL.
Yeah, I would agree with you. So
I don't know. That just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And the fact that Jonathan Gannon just said, okay, yeah, I apologize and I'll pay this money. Like, and if you don't win games, you're out of a job. You're going to be losing a lot more than $100,000.
Yeah.
This is cutthroat stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's soft that they fined him. It's soft that they made him apologize.
You wear him out.
I understand, but here's the other thing. I understand that Gannon has to apologize because his owners, his bosses told him, you need to do this or you don't want to know what's behind door number 2.
Yeah, I just think you got to be able to coach your team. And listen, he can go back later. Okay, call him in on Monday, Tuesday. Hey, let's talk about this, man. Like I was really hot when I said all this stuff, but you got to understand why I'm hot.
And we don't know that didn't
we don't know.
either.
We don't know behind the scenes.
It could have very well happened. It just sounds like the organization is trying to save face and not set a precedent. Even though I don't think nothing about Jonathan Gannon tells me he's going to do that all the time.
Yeah, I don't think he's got a history of just publicly airing guys out, but whatever. All right, Nick, you got your video?
Of course. So this is what happened. So again.
What year was this?
Oh, shoot. Let me figure that out. But so basically these two guys in a championship race, the week prior, Joey Logano, the car that gets wrecked, spun out the guy who wrecks him and cost him a win. And so basically he was out of the championship hunt. Then the very next week, something happened to Matt Kenseth, took him out of this race, so he was like way off the pace. His car's junked. And when they finally caught up to each other, he just straight up dumped him into the wall and destroyed his car, took him out of the race, took him out of the championship hunt. And that's why NASCAR rocks. I don't care what anyone says.
Was there a fist fight involved after this?
No, you'd think there would be.
Was this the stupid race at the...
It said Martinsville.
Oh, that's at Martinsville.
That is Martinsville, yeah.
Oh, I saw it was a short track. I didn't know if it was going to be the stupid race at the Coliseum.
Like, let's be real, guys. If you're the car that gets wrecked, you like have to go fight him, right?
There should be
you have to go fist fight him. But he did because he's little.
And that's
as
why
David
you don't like
says.
him?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right, I got my NASCAR out. Thank y'all very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
Anytime,
audience.
Nick.
I appreciate
Anytime.
it.
This is a therapy session. The fact that you stay up here this late and produce this show, you deserve to get some stuff off your chest. I know, like, this has been pent up NASCAR stuff that you just got to get out.
Yeah, you get it. Thank you.
And also, I will take a thank you from your wife. Thank you note, because now that you've said it to us, you don't have to say it to her.
More will appreciate that.
That's
you spared
true.
her.
Jenna, that is one thing she does put up with a lot. Like, baseball team does something stupid, I sit there just stewing for like 20 minutes, and then the tirade comes.
I've gotten Moore's gotten on me for getting a little worked up with the Astros, and I only ever ride the highs and lows during the playoffs, much like you do, Richard, and I'm sure you as well, Brauny. But yeah, one year I think it was the ALCS, and I got so mad about something, and I had to get checked.
Aaron Judge has 368 career homers. He's 33. He could get to 500 homers.
think he easily gets to 500. The question is whether or not he gets to 600 and potentially gets to 7.
Ooh, 7's going to be tough.
7's real tough, but he could play. And I mean, today's advances in technology and medicine,
He'll just turn into a
he
DH.
could play until he's 40.
So 7
He's hitting
years.
50 homers a year. He's easily getting to 500.
Yeah, if 500 is, he might get to 500 in 3 years.
Yeah.
Or 2 years. I mean, if he goes 55 in back-to-back seasons, that's 110. That puts him at 478. That's not out of the realm of possibility. So, yeah, I think 500 he'll certainly get to as long as he stays healthy. You try to start extrapolating out. How much does he need to get to 732? 432 over 7 years. So what does he need to average? That's going to be tough for him to get to 700. 300
700 is such an insane number.
So he needs to average over 50 a year for 7 years to get to 700.
700 is such an insane number.
He's at 368. That means he needs 332. 332 divided by 7 is going to be, so a little bit less than 50, 40-something, 48 homers a year. Are you doing the math? No, I thought you were typing, doing the math.
Hard. I'm looking at Pujols.
But
Pujols got to 703, and he was like limping to that 700
he
line.
retired at 44, 43?
Right now he's 45, and he stopped playing 22, so...
He's 42.
Yeah. Jeez.
So Judge, I think...
Just to get to 700, he never threatened the record.
Because of how much of a freak he is, he's got probably 4 or 5 really good years left.
Yeah.
Like 37, 38, and he'll start waning. So, I mean, he could have... If he has 4 years of 50 homers, that's 200. So that's putting him close to 600. Yeah, I think... Given what he's had to... And against the pitching he's had to face, that will be an incredible accomplishment. We talked about this too, though. It's like... That's why I wish Shohei Ohtani and Ichiro Suzuki were in America from the time they were of age to play professional baseball. Imagine Ichiro starting at 19, 20 years old in the show, how many hits he would have had. He'd have passed Pete Rose.
He would have challenged him for sure.
And Ohtani would have challenged all the home run records.
All the records. RBI records too.
Stolen bases are going to be tough.
Well, I don't think anybody's ever challenging the man of steel, Ricky. One of my favorite things that I come across on my scrolls is the Harold Reynolds story. Have you ever seen that? Where the year Ricky Henderson was hurt, Harold Reynolds ended up winning the stolen base title because he finished with 60. And after the season ended, Ricky calls. He goes, "Henderson here." And Harold's like, "Hey, what's up?" He goes, "60? You ought to be ashamed." Ricky had 60 before the All-Star break and hung up. Like he thought Ricky Henderson, the greatest stolen base artist of all time, was calling to congratulate him on winning the crown, and Ricky just smacked him around because he was stealing like 100 bases a year, and it was harder to steal bases then.
Yeah,
the base paths are shorter now because the bases are bigger,
and they've limited
the number of pickoffs.
The Will Clark story about Ricky and spring training is greatness.
Will Clark tells some amazing stories.
Hey, Nick, can we play videos with audio?
Yeah, sure.
Do you want a We Learn Wednesday? Clayton Kershaw, my favorite player of all time, wears number 22 because of Will Clark.
Really?
Yeah, because Will Clark was a Ranger when he was a kid.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
My first jersey ever was a Will Clark giveaway jersey.
Nick, see if you can find the video. It shouldn't take you long if you just Google Will Clark talks about Ricky Henderson stealing bases. This is a hysterical story.
Oh, yes, I've heard this one.
About spring training.
Yes, it's so good.
So it's Will Clark sitting down with like 4 or 5 ex-baseball players, and they're talking about they're asking about who was his favorite guys to chirp and talk to at first base. And he mentions Ricky Henderson, then tells this story about a spring training game where they are trying to, he's with the A's, Ricky Henderson's with the A's, and they don't want Ricky to steal because they want Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco, who are hitting behind him, to get at bats to get ready for the season. And so they put the brakes on him. And Will Clark, knowing this, Will Clark's trying to goad him into stealing at first base. It's a great story.
Ricky's like an addict. He's like picking. He's like, I gotta go.
Oh, man. Nick, if you can find that, let me know when you get it. This is an interesting topic. I foresee multiple losses still on the schedule for Penn State. But what if they go 10-2? What
Keep
if they
them out,
beat
they
Ohio
stink.
State?
Keep them out, they stink.
They stink.
But
at the
here's
same
thing.
time, like a 10-2 Big Ten team's going to the college football playoff.
And
like
won it.
I think Michigan's terrible. No, I'm saying that any 10-2 Big Ten team is going to the college football playoff this year, is what I'm saying. I know what you're saying. One has gotten in, Ohio State, right, and they won it all. Michigan stinks. Michigan is not a good football team right now. They aren't ever going to be a good football team this year because Bryce Underwood is still a true freshman. Sharon Moore's a dummy. Any number of reasons. But that team's going to get to 10-2. And they are going to be in.
They should get to 10-2.
If they don't get to 10-2, it's an abject failure. And if they are 10-2 on Selection Sunday or whatever, they're in the college football playoff. I don't care what Penn State's loss was. If they're 10-2, they should be in the college football, or they shouldn't be. Right, Nick? I agree with you completely. They should not be in the college football playoff. If they are 10-2, they will be.
Here's
if
something
Notre
to think
Dame's
about.
10-2 with no marquee wins, they're in the college football playoff.
Here's something to think about. Last year, Notre Dame lost at home as a 24.5-point favorite to
Northern Illinois.
Last year, Ohio State's regular season record was
10-2
with a loss win.
They lost to Michigan the last game of the regular season.
Who played in the finals?
Ohio State and Penn State. Notre Dame. So, I think Penn State stinks. Trash.
I think that's not a fair comparison when you start talking about the losses that Notre Dame and Ohio State suffered last year, because Ohio State lost to Michigan and they lost to Oregon on the road. Notre Dame lost one time after beating A&M on the road by 10 the week before. So there was a little bit more forgiveness so far, but Penn State's going to have some opportunities to turn the narrative around somewhat. I don't think they will. Again, I'm not up here forecasting that, but it's not completely out of the realm of possibility that they win the remainder of their games and then they're back in the playoff discussion. I would prefer, I kind of like watching Penn State burn, so I would prefer that not happen. Okay, Nick, I just had that on my rundown and I wanted to get it off my chest because I started thinking about that this morning with Ohio State and Notre Dame's losses last year and how they kind of went through the same thing Penn State just did, and they still found their way to the finals. Nick has this. This is a video. You have it ready, Nick? It's queued up. Okay, this is the video of Will Clark talking about goading Ricky Henderson into stealing bases in a spring training game.
It would help if I potted the sound up. Sorry, 1 second. Here we go.
Who's the best talker down at first base?
Because he talked in the third person was Ricky Henderson. Ricky would come down there and Ricky would be like, Ricky here. Bruce puts the hold sign on because he wanted McGuire and Canseco to get some swings in. And you can just see Ricky wants to steal a bat. Ricky's getting pissed, you know. And I'm egging him on. I'm just egging him on. I'm like, Ricky, you don't need to take that. Run, Ricky. He, about 2 or 3 pitches later, he goes, oh, hell, thrill. He goes, Ricky gone. So I look at the dugout, right? And I go like this. I go, he's running, right? If we pitch out, throw down to second base, Ricky slides in safe. He jumps up, and he goes, I told you, thrill. Ricky gone.
Ricky gone.
Oh,
Who
man.
in this office would be most likely to talk in third person?
Oh, I don't
It's
know.
Olin.
No, just because he forgets who he is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Olin. God, I love that guy.
That's a good question. I don't think there's a proper answer that works here.
Nick, you
I think
got
we
an
could go
idea?
through the annals of TexAgs history and find a couple. Not Logan Lee.
Stu Wade.
Yeah, Stuart
Stu
Wade.
Wade.
He still works here.
He does work here, but Stuart Wade feels like he would post in third person.
You know who would not talk in third person, but probably doesn't need to? The newest quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals, Joe Flacco.
The best part about Joe Flacco is he's completed the uniform rainbows. Have you seen that meme?
No, but if you can find it, I'll have Nick pull it up. Here's the list of the Browns quarterbacks that are currently cap hits. Get ready for some hilarity here. So this is the salaries they are paying against their salary cap right now. Deshaun Watson,
Nick, I just slacked you.
Jameis Winston, Dylan Gabriel, Joe Flacco, Shadur Sanders, Bailey Zappi, Dorian Thompson Robinson, who I forgot.
Bailey Zappi. Where did he play?
Houston Christian.
Western Kentucky, right?
After Houston Christian.
God, that's amazing.
Bailey Zappi, Dorian Thompson Robinson, who I forgot existed, just all together. And Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett's making $8,000 against the salary cap for the Browns this year. Throughout his career, listen to these numbers for Joe Flacco. 11 years with the Ravens, made $148 million. Broncos for a year, $18.5 million. Jets for 2.5 years, $5.2 million. Colts for a year, $4.5 million. The Browns for 3/4 of a season, $3.7 million. The Eagles for half a season, $2.8 million. And then now the Bengals for 3/4 of a season for $1.8 million. The grand total of Joe Flacco's contracts throughout his NFL career, $184.5 million.
The greatest sports heist of all time. Congratulations, Joe Flacco. There's the rainbow of uniforms.
Roy G. Biv.
Amazing. Congratulations.
That's not
Joe.
fair. They put him in a practice Ravens jersey
and
at the
they
top.
used the Delaware jersey for the yellow pants.
Oh.
God. Amazing. What is Chase Daniels' career earnings?
I don't know. But he had a sweet career because he's backed up just, what was it? 90% of his career was as a backup.
Chase Daniels, 14 seasons, 41, almost $42 million.
South Lake Carroll Dragon.
Yes. During his career, he started 5 games and threw 9 touchdowns. $42 million. Let's do the breakdown. If I take 41, 41, 828, 471, that's what this tells me, divided by 9, that is over $4.5 million per touchdown pass.
Pretty sweet.
Amazing. Congratulations to those two gentlemen, the greatest football heists of all time.
Well, there's a former coach here that's getting paid like $26,000 a day.
He won an Orange Bowl. Chase Daniels made $4.5 million per touchdown.
Yeah.
14 years. He threw 9 of them.
It still blows my mind that Jimbo's making $26,000 a day.
Respect.
Day.
Respect.
Did y'all see? I don't know if y'all talked about this already, but did y'all see him kind of get like teared up?
Yeah.
Last week or whenever that was.
That didn't surprise me.
That was wholesome. I enjoyed that.
What happened? What are we talking
He was
about?
on the ACC Network's pregame show for Florida State Miami.
Yeah.
And some of the Florida State gathered fans around started chanting Jimbo, Jimbo as he was talking about his career in Tallahassee, and he got choked up for a little bit talking about it. And it didn't bother me none. Like those were clearly the best years he had.
Yeah.
I know. I very much think he enjoyed his time at A&M. And I think if he could go back and do some things over here, he would. But he won a national championship there.
He's a college football Hall of Famer, like lay down. First ballot college football Hall of Famer.
I don't know that. I mean, I would have to go back and look for the qualifications.
I mean, the fact that he's got a national title alone.
So Gene Chizik, Hall of Famer?
Probably. I mean, dude, he had way more years than Gene Chizik.
Yeah, I know he's got a way
better.
His resume is way more full. Speaking of We Learned Wednesday, I have these are events that happened on October 8th throughout history.
Glad you didn't choose October 7th. It's not a good day. Just saying.
How about this? In 2004, October 8th, 2004, you guys probably have no recollection of this. I very much do. American domestic lifestyle innovator Martha Stewart reported for federal prison in West Virginia.
I remember this.
To begin her 5-month sentence for, do you remember what she got arrested for?
Martha Stewart? What? It's insider trading.
Insider trading.
Yeah.
Do you remember that, Nick?
Not at all, no.
Yeah, Martha Stewart's a felon.
Yeah. And
Martha Stewart has more felonies than Snoop Dogg.
They collaborated on a lot of things, right?
Yes, they have. And that's what's so funny is they've got like Snoop Dogg's the funniest human being on the planet.
On this date in 1967, a prominent communist figure in the Cuban Revolutionary and a South American guerrilla.
David Nuno.
Wow.
Sorry, that was.
And a South American guerrilla
was
leader,
racist.
Che Guevara,
Sorry.
was captured and later shot to death
Oh God,
by the Bolivian army. So yeah,
David,
you just
I'm so sorry.
threw that right
I'm
on.
gonna when I see him tomorrow morning, I'm going to immediately apologize. Sorry.
On this date in history, in 1856, in Canton, Guangzhou, China, officials boarded a British registered ship, the Arrow, arrested several Chinese crew members who were later released, and allegedly lowered the British flag. The event contributed to the start of the Second Opium War, in which British and France battled in China. I have zero. I think I'm a history guy. I have zero feel for history in that part of the world. None at all. I like European history and I like American history.
I am right there with you. I agree. There's a really good podcast about Japan and the Second World War. You should definitely listen to it.
That was a pretty vague intro to it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's really good. You should. They were crazy.
Since we're doing on this day stuff, have you guys ever checked out the famous birthdays site?
No.
Or like there's an account, famousbirthdays.com, that logs all the celebrities and their birthdays and tells you who the most famous person on this day is. Like the number of like the people on this list, I've never heard of them. Like Bruno Mars, obviously I know who that is. He's considered the second most famous person born on October the 8th. He's 40 years old. Happy birthday, Bruno. But you are going to have a hard time. He's 40.
Oh, so
You're going to have a hard time convincing me that Matt Damon is the 18th most famous person born on this day. Matt Damon might be a top 20 most famous celebrity, most recognizable celebrity on the planet. Like,
sure. Yeah.
Like he
Who's
is
ahead
one of the
him?
most famous, successful movie stars of all time. There's no way that Saucy Santana, a rapper, 32 years old,
Are you sure
is
that
more
sounds like
famous
somebody
than him.
David
yes,
listens
it does.
to.
It ranks them.
Saucy
The number
Santana
one,
has a
the
great
number
hat on.
the number one person born on October the 8th is Lola Winters, a 17-year-old TikTok star. Never once have I heard of her.
Yuck. I bet some of the people in this office have.
YouTube star, TV actress, TikTok star. Nick Cannon, 7 years old, legendary father of many, of a small nation. He's turning 45 today.
Finally, on this day in 1871, and this ties into Texas A&M, and this is the reason why I went to events of this day in history. The Great Chicago Fire began in the barn of Patrick and Catherine O'Leary, and by the time the blaze died out 2 days later, a large swath of the city had been devastated and some 300 people died. The reason, do you know why that has a tie to Texas A&M?
Hot Time. The
Yes.
song.
The Aggie fight song, the back half of it, and especially the part that's played after A&M scores a touchdown, the melody, that rhythm is from Hot Time, which was written about
Late one night when we were all in bed, Mrs. O'Leary left a lantern in the shed, and when the cow kicked it over, it winked its eye and said, "There's a hot time in Old Town tonight," something like that.
Nice. Good job.
We back in elementary school, we would have the specials classes, right, where you go to like PE or art. One of them was drama, and Mrs. Roundy, her name, she was not. I don't remember her being round, but her last name was Roundy. She was from Chicago, so like she would teach us about the Chicago Fire every year.
Can you name two other schools that use that as part of their fight
I'm
song?
not gonna have
Nick?
Doesn't Willis High School use it?
Oh, I don't know about Willis High School.
I know you were talking about high schools, but like,
geez, what did Willis put up 70 against the Rudder
yeah,
Rangers
I heard it
one
so
night?
many times. It's like ingrained in my head.
Maybe with DJ Lagway at quarterback.
Was with him at quarterback. Yeah. Yes, that's I got to see him play twice. And
well, so hopefully he doesn't leave you with similar memories when he comes back here.
Goodness, you're not kidding. You're not kidding.
I'm telling you, I'm worried about this game on Saturday. I've said it yesterday. I said it on TexAgs Live this morning. I don't know. I've just got a weird feeling about it.
I wouldn't say I'm worried, but like the more we work into the season and the column on the right stays at 0, every game
the stakes,
just feels like just so much bigger. And maybe that's what's kind of changing our perspective on it. But I'm with you, Brauny. I'm not. I think the Aggies win, but it's going to be tough.
Oh, it's going to be sweaty. It's going to be heart and throats kind of thing.
It's going to be
dewy. The other two schools, Wisconsin and Kansas.
Huh.
Post touchdown songs.
I would have never
Not
guessed.
official. It's kind of, they use it similar to A&M. Not their official fight song, but post touchdown song.
Those schools in the Midwest, like Kansas, Oklahoma State, Iowa State, they all got a bunch of different fight songs. They'll play at different times.
I'm a fight song aficionado.
I know you are.
Anyway, all right. So I'm going to exit whether what's happening here next in the studio has arrived and is ready or not. Nick, let's go ahead and start rolling the outro tomorrow. A Thunderdome Thursday. We're picking a bunch of games.
Tigers are up 9-3.
And I am also planning on that desk right over there, the bit. We do a bit every Thunderdome Thursday. In case you're new to this, I think I'm going to cook something. Not really cook something, but I'm going to make something in here with a stand mixture for the rest, for
4-1.
The Zaner and the rest of the people in the back to enjoy a little bit. Something I make every week, and I think I've gotten pretty good at it. So we'll see about that tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging with us, altering your schedules. And if you're viewing this late, again, lots of moving parts in the studio today, so we had to go a little bit early here on the B team. We'll see you tomorrow, 4:15 scheduled. We'll pick some games ahead of.
Please finish the Phillies off tonight. Please.
Pause. We'll see you tomorrow.